sweet soul, someone from heaven whispered your name last night. And guess what? They were crying for you. Not in sorrow, but in love. In deep, desperate love. Because they know what's coming. Before we begin, go ahead and subscribe now. Yes, right now. Why? Because every video you skip is like closing heaven's door while an angel is screaming your name behind it. Don't let this one be another missed miracle. Heaven chose this exact moment for you. 2 angels have been flying back and forth for the past 3 days and they're exhausted. Their wings are bruised from rushing through divine barriers just to reach you. They've watched you cry at night. They've seen the confusion in your heart. And today, this very moment is their last attempt. If you ignore this now, they are not allowed to return again. Archangel Michael himself gave them this final chance. This is urgent. This is not symbolic. This is literal, a warning, a divine red alert, and you still have time. You may have noticed strange things lately, like waking up exactly at 3:33 a.m. or hearing something when no one else did. That wasn't your imagination. That was the first whisper. That was their knock on your spiritual window. But every time you pushed it away, their light dimmed a little more. And yet, they kept trying because they love you that much. Someone has been hiding something from you. And those angels, they've seen it all from above. They begged Archangel Michael for just one more message. One final moment. This video, yes, the one you're watching right now, is their last lifeline. The thing you're about to discover, will make you tremble. But it will also free you because truth has wings, too. They tried to appear in your dreams, but something blocked them. Something dark, something ancient. And that's why Michael stepped in. He overruled the silence. He said, this soul must know. Heaven cannot stay quiet anymore. So if you're watching this, it means Michael chose you above thousands. Someone around you is pretending to love you, but deep down they are a messenger of distraction. And these angels, they saw them coming before you did. They tried to shout your name last night, but your ears were shielded. Why? Because fear was louder. Doubt was thicker. But Michael just tore that veil. And now you are finally hearing what no one else was supposed to hear. There's a meeting happening in heaven right now. And your name, your full name, was placed on a scroll. That scroll carries your destiny. But there's one thing left, your permission. If you ignore this message, the scroll closes. But if you open your heart, oh beloved, miracles will unfold like you've never seen before. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to show you what you were meant to know. The angels aren't here to haunt. They're here to rescue, to lift you, to scream with joy as you realize what's been hidden for so long. You keep wondering why you feel so lost lately, right? Why the people around you seem distant, why money slips through your hands, why your heart feels numb. It's not your fault. There's been an energy around you. And tonight, yes, tonight that energy will try to pull you back again. But Michael says no more. This is the last pull before the shift. Heaven wants to reveal something massive about your past. Something no one has told you. Something connected to someone who left this earth with tears in their eyes because they never got to tell you this. But now through this video, through these words, their message is coming. And you'll know this is real because tonight at exactly 2:22 a.m. you will feel something touch your chest gently, a warmth, a pulse that is not your imagination. That is the angel marking your soul with divine confirmation. You are chosen. You are seen. You are remembered. And most of all, you are protected. You may not realize this, but these past few weeks, your name has been mentioned more in heaven than anywhere else. Angels gathered in sacred circles watching over you. They saw every tear you wiped away in silence. They watched the nights you curled up with no one to talk to. And they whispered to God, "This one, they're slipping. Please let us go down." So God allowed them, two specific angels, ones connected to your soul's timeline, ones who once walked beside you in a lifelong oath. But they are not allowed to come again. This is why Archangel Michael himself intervened, because this warning isn't soft anymore. It's loud. It's fiery. It's heaven screaming in the only way it can without shaking the earth. Beloved, this message is not for the curious. This is for the one who knows that something in their spirit has been tugging, shaking, calling. And if you feel that, then this is 100% for you. You're about to be presented with a decision. It may come in disguise, a person, an offer, a text, a knock, a dream, but what you choose will shift everything. Michael said they deserve to know. We cannot let them fall into a trap disguised as comfort. That's why this message found you now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, right now. Listen closely. There's someone who speaks sweetly to your face, but curses you behind your back. The angels tried warning you already. Remember that sudden feeling you got around them? That dizziness, that strange heaviness, that was them trying to signal you. And yet you doubted yourself. You were too kind, too forgiving. But no more. Now Michael says, reveal the mask. And that mask will fall within 3 days. This message is more than spiritual. It's personal. A decision was made without you knowing. A piece of land, an inheritance, a spiritual promise from a past generation is under your name, but someone has been hiding it. Someone you once trusted. And the two angels were the only ones who saw it happen from above. That's why they begged for this final chance. Warning, sparkling heart, stop for just 10 seconds. Go ahead and subscribe now if your heart is pounding even slightly. That's not fear. That's your spirit recognizing truth. You're not watching by accident. You're being summoned, by heaven, by Michael, by love. Sparkling heart warning. Now listen carefully, because this next part will sound unbelievable, but your soul already knows it's true. One of the angels protecting you is actually someone you once loved, someone who passed away, and they chose to return as an angel for this exact moment. You felt them around. The flicker in your lights, the way music randomly plays. That soft breeze on your cheek when no windows were open. That was them, trying, hoping, whispering. And now they're crying. Not out of sadness, but urgency. Because after this, they're not allowed to return. Heaven has strict rules. And they use their last permission just to reach you here. Right now, imagine that love. How strong it must be to defy all the divine silence just to warn you. They're trying to stop something. A setup, a spiritual ambush. Someone is about to say something that will confuse you, hurt you, or make you question your worth. But beloved, that is the enemy's last trick. The enemy knows your destiny is about to break open. So, they're sending someone close to you to derail you, to distract you. But Michael says this is the final test. You are not crazy for what you've been feeling. You're not overthinking. You're not making it up. The anxiety, the fog, the tiredness, that's been a spiritual weight. And beloved, when heaven finally reveals the weight you've been carrying, it also begins revealing a path forward. Because God never points out a burden without also showing a way through it. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, a path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description, and in the pinned comments below. Now listen carefully, because heaven is already beginning to lift what has been weighing on your spirit. And now Michael is slicing through it with his flaming sword. Even as you hear this message, you might feel tingles, warmth in your spine, or a heaviness in your chest lifting. That's real. That's him. Right now, tonight, before you sleep, speak out loud. One sentence. Michael, I accept the truth. That's all you need to say. Say it with sincerity and heaven will respond within hours. You might get a dream, a call, a sign, a strange coincidence. But you'll know. Oh, you will know. There's something else. The angels have been guarding your house. You might have felt their presence already. Shadows that weren't scary but comforting. A chill followed by peace. Those were them. But lately, something has been trying to enter. Something dark. Not a ghost. Not a curse, but an energy born from someone else's envy. It's not yours, but it's near you. And that's why the angels are desperate. They know what's trying to get in and they also know it can't touch you unless you invite it unknowingly. That's why this message is your shield. Once you know, you cannot be fooled. But if you skip, if you ignore this moment, you give that energy room to stay. And Michael won't let that happen. Not after how long he's fought for you. You've come so far, too far. You've survived what others couldn't. You've buried pain with a smile. You've walked into rooms where your light was too big and still made yourself small. But no more. This is the breaking point. This is the shift heaven planned for you before you were even born. And it begins with this. Right now, heaven is watching to see what you do next. Not with judgment, but with sacred hope. They are praying. Yes, even angels pray that you do not scroll past this because everything that's been delayed, everything stolen, blocked, hidden, cursed, it's hanging right on the edge of this moment. It only takes one decision, yours, to bring it all back. There is someone who wants to come back into your life, but their heart is not clean. You've forgiven them before. You gave them chances. You believed in their soft words, but these angels, they saw what you couldn't. They saw the private intentions, the dark seeds they planted behind your back. That's why they're warning you now, because this person is planning to return, not to love you, but to confuse you. Michael said, tell them before it's too late. They must not open the door again to what once tried to destroy them. This is not just about romance or friendship. This is about energy. This is about what your spirit carries. You are light, powerful, divine light, and dark things always want to attach to bright souls, but your angels are cutting those cords now. You've probably felt drained for days, like you're doing everything right, but nothing moves forward. That's because something was spiritually tied to you. A soul cord, a karmic knot, and it kept looping you back into the same patterns, same heartaches, same delays. But guess what? As you're hearing these words, it's being severed, quietly, softly, finally. The person watching this now, you, yes, you're not ordinary. You have no idea how powerful your destiny truly is. Archangel Michael isn't sent for just anyone. He's sent for warriors, for light bearers, for those with ancient spiritual royalty running through their veins. And you are one of them. That's why you've been attacked so much lately. The darkness always panics before the light explodes. You don't need to do anything big right now. Just stay. Just listen. Let the angels finish what they started, because something is coming. A shift, a breakthrough. It's already moving toward you. And if you stay in alignment just for a little longer, the door will open and you'll see the thing you've been praying for. It wasn't denied. It was being perfectly prepared. Michael wants me to tell you something sacred, something hidden. It's this. 3 people are about to leave your life. Not in tragedy, but by design. 1 will fade, 1 will expose themselves, and 1 will simply vanish. Do not chase, do not beg, do not question. These are removals, divine ones, and they must happen so that the real blessings can finally fit. Someone powerful has taken interest in you. Not romantically, spiritually. They're watching you from afar. They know your name. They've seen your work. And they're planning something that will change your path. But heaven needed to make sure you were clear of all distractions before this connection is revealed. That's why you had to suffer. That's why you had to lose things, because what's coming is sacred and it needs clean soil. Still think this is coincidence? Still think this message just popped up randomly? Beloved, that's what the enemy hopes you believe, that it's just a video. But your soul knows better. Your soul is shaking, isn't it? Your eyes feel heavier. Your body feels like it's leaning in closer. That's because your spirit recognizes this frequency. It remembers. This is home. Something beautiful is about to happen to you. Something sudden. You'll receive a call, a letter, or an offer. And your mind might doubt it, but your heart, oh your heart, will leap. That's your sign. That's your yes. That's the angel's reward for your obedience in this very moment. Don't miss it. There's also someone in your bloodline who made a promise to God, a spiritual agreement. It wasn't fulfilled. And the blessing attached to that promise, it passed down to you. That's why you've always felt different. Older souls always do. You carry an unfulfilled promise from generations ago. And now you are the key to unlocking it. Michael says, your voice has more power than you realize. The things you say when you're angry, when you're broken, when you're afraid, they manifest quicker than others. That's why the enemy tried to make you emotional, easily triggered. But from this moment forward, speak with wisdom. Declare your peace. Declare your blessings. Because heaven is listening closely now. The enemy thought you'd give up by now. They thought you'd quit, that you'd accept a smaller life. But instead, you're still standing, still open, still reaching for God. That's what scares them. And that's why the angels are applauding you in this very second. Heaven doesn't forget endurance. It rewards it explosively. If you're still listening, comment below. Michael, I will not skip my miracle. This isn't just a comment. It's a contract, a written agreement between your soul and heaven. And you'll feel it. Something inside you will shift the moment you say it. And here's the final truth for now. Because yes, this message is long, but it's also the most important message you've received all year. Someone close to you has been thinking about leaving. Leaving everything. Not because of you, but because they feel invisible, forgotten, useless. But heaven says your words will save them. You don't even know it yet. But your light, your decision to listen to this will ripple across their life, too. Yes, you were chosen. Not for ease, but for impact. There's a reason you never fully fit in. Not with them. Not in that place. Not even when you tried your hardest. It's because your soul was never meant to blend. It was built to shine, to disturb the silence, to shift the room without speaking. And that's why all your life you've been misunderstood. You're not cursed. You're just called. You were always a little ahead of your time. And now time is catching up with you. You were being prepared for something you didn't even know you asked for. That late night whisper, the one where your heart begged God for just one real sign. This is it. This is your confirmation. This is heaven's reply to the thing you never said out loud. The thing you cried into your pillow. The thing you couldn't explain to anyone but somehow still carried every day. Michael says, tell them not to fear what's coming. The next change will look chaotic at first. But it is not destruction. It is divine demolition. The old must break for the new to enter. So if you suddenly feel like things are being removed from your life, don't panic. Don't chase. Don't mourn too long. The angels are clearing space for what's always been yours, but couldn't arrive until you were ready. You've been ready longer than you think. But fear tried to lie to you. It told you it was too late. That you missed it. That someone else got your spot. That your moment passed while you were healing. But heaven says, my child, the delay was the delivery. What was meant for you had to be purified. And now it's finally pure enough to be given. Someone's been dreaming about you lately. And it's not who you think. It's someone who once hurt you, disappointed you, maybe even left without explanation. But ever since that night, you whispered their name one last time in pain, heaven has been stirring their soul. They don't know why they can't stop thinking of you. But the angels do. Because your name carries light. And that light haunts every heart that once betrayed it. But you are not meant to look back. You are meant to rise forward. Michael is handing you something now. No, not physically, but spiritually, a seal, a mark, a divine signature on your next chapter. That's why you're feeling warm, maybe tingly. It's not your mind. It's your soul awakening. You were asleep in a world that made you numb. But now your spirit is remembering why it came. You came here not just to survive but to reign. Not to chase love but to embody it. Not to seek answers but to become the answer someone else needs. And tonight something sacred will shift around you. The number 7 will appear. Or 333. Or feathers or keys or a stranger who says something you once dreamed about. Pay attention. That's not random. That's divine confirmation disguised as life. And if you feel emotional right now, don't fight it. Let it flow. Angels don't just send words. They send healing through them. And these words chosen by Michael are traveling deeper than you realize. Into your lineage, into your future, into your body where pain once lived but will now be replaced with peace. Someone has been watching you silently, admiring your strength. They never told you, but they've been inspired by your resilience, your story, your heart, and soon they will come forward. When they do, remember this message. Remember that heaven always orchestrates timing. Nothing just happens. Michael is asking you to make space. Clean a small corner of your room. Write down a letter and burn it. Donate something old. Why? Because spiritual movement begins with physical obedience. Show heaven you are ready. Not with words, but with action. A small step in the physical sends shock waves into the spiritual. You just have to say, I trust. There's one last warning. A false opportunity may come soon. It will look shiny, urgent, like a shortcut, but something about it won't sit right in your gut. Trust that heaven says it is not from them. It's a test, a distraction dressed as a blessing. Don't fall for fast fruit. Wait for the real harvest. You'll know it's divine when it arrives in peace, not pressure. And beloved, that is how heaven often works. Not by pushing you into confusion, but by gently guiding you toward the next step. When something is truly meant for you, it brings clarity, not chaos. Direction, not fear. And sometimes heaven places a simple path before you so you can walk forward one faithful step at a time. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment below. Now remember this. Heaven does not rush what is real. It confirms it with peace. And what comes next will show you exactly why Michael warned you not to follow pressure, but to follow peace. You're about to receive something unexpected in the mail. A letter, a package, an email that will surprise you. It holds more meaning than the sender even realizes. That message is being whispered into someone's heart as you hear this. Angels are aligning it in real time. That's how fast heaven moves once you say yes. They've been searching. They've been struggling. They've been wondering if you still think of them, if you still believe. If you still carry the memory of them, not just in your mind, but in your spirit, you do. Even if you try to hide it, even if you try to move on, even if you tell yourself you're over it, the truth is your souls never separated. Time and distance are illusions when it comes to divine love. Michael says, their heart still calls out for you. And you've heard it, but you didn't know how to respond. But now the response has already begun through this message. This is the bridge. This is the signal. This is the invitation. And the courier is carrying the part they were too afraid to say themselves, the truth about how they feel. So what will you do? Will you ignore it? Will you wait again? Or will you open your heart and let the healing begin? Because this message isn't just about warning. It's about return, return of love, return of vision, return of peace, return of who you were before you were broken. Michael is watching your choice. Not because he's judging, but because he's protecting. He's ready to fight for you, but only if you're ready to receive what he fought for. So right now speak this softly. I welcome the courier. I receive the truth. I allow the light. That simple statement breaks the last chain. And now heaven can begin the real work because what comes next is the most mysterious part yet. Michael exhales slowly like someone who's been holding a breath for too long. And then with the gentlest voice, he says, "Are you sure you're ready for the next part? Because what comes now isn't easy to hear, but it is necessary to know." The courier is no ordinary messenger. They were chosen long ago, not just by God, but by someone who left this world with something unsaid. Yes, someone who passed away, someone you loved is part of this. Their spirit has been trying to reach you for longer than you realize. The dreams, the moments of sudden warmth. The songs that play at just the right time that wasn't random. That was them. And today, their request has been approved in heaven. They asked Archangel Michael to deliver a truth you were never told. A truth about your family, your destiny, and the person whose name keeps echoing in your chest, even when you pretend you've forgotten. Michael says they left you something, but someone else tried to keep it from you. It wasn't money. It wasn't a house. It was something more valuable. A message that reveals who you are and what was taken from you. And now the courier is bringing it. But listen, beloved, this is where it gets serious because there's someone on earth who knows this is coming. Someone who knows you're about to remember who you really are. And they're not happy. They've been watching, waiting, trying to make you second-guess yourself, trying to wrap you in doubt, fear, and hesitation. They want you to feel unworthy. They want you to believe this message is just imagination because the moment you believe it is the moment you rise and the moment you rise is the moment they lose control over your life. But Archangel Michael leans in now and whispers. No more lies. No more guilt. No more spiritual blackmail from people who never understood the magnitude of your calling. You don't owe them your silence anymore. You don't owe them your dimmed light just to make them comfortable. You were not born to play small. You were born to remember. And the courier is carrying what will awaken everything. Michael says, "Tell them their name was spoken in the courts of heaven this morning." Yes, your name spoken with power, spoken with authority, spoken with love by a voice you miss so much it hurts to remember that person, the one you lost, begged for one final chance to reach you. And God in His mercy said, "Let the message pass through, Michael. Let the courier deliver what they need to know before it's too late." And now it's almost at your door. The only thing that can stop it now is disbelief because disbelief builds a wall that no angel will break. Heaven respects free will. Michael says if they close their heart, we must turn around. But if they open, if they even whisper, "Yes, I believe," the entire delivery will be completed. So what will you do? Stay safe in what's familiar or step into the unknown miracle that's been circling your spirit for years? You already know what fear gives you. More delay, more pain, more repeating cycles. But faith will give you something else entirely. A new home, a new relationship, a sudden financial breakthrough that cannot be explained. A connection to someone you thought was gone forever. And most of all, peace. That peace you've been craving when you lie awake at night wondering why everything feels so close to changing, yet nothing ever does. That peace comes with the courier. That peace comes with the truth. And that truth is wrapped in something that will make you weep when you hear it. Because Michael says they don't even realize how much heaven has been protecting them from. If they did, they would cry not out of sadness, but from gratitude. So take a breath, beloved, and remember this. Not everything that's delayed is denied. Sometimes heaven slows the timeline so you can be strong enough to receive what's coming. But the delay is ending now because Michael is clearing the skies. He's holding back the opposition. And the courier is walking, not running, because the message must arrive in perfect divine timing. And that timing is today, July 4th. A day others will celebrate with noise. But for you, it's the day everything quietly begins again in the deepest part of your soul, with the gentlest delivery from heaven. And the most shocking truth that was hidden from you until now. The wind has shifted, beloved. Heaven is completely silent. Now, even the angels stop moving when this part of the message is spoken. Because now, the voice you've longed to hear, the one that sits higher than Michael, higher than Gabriel, higher than all creation, is ready to speak. It is the voice of God. And he says, "My child, I've watched you try to carry the weight I never asked you to hold. I've seen your silent tears behind your strongest smiles. I've heard the words you never said out loud because you didn't think anyone would understand. But I heard them. I always hear you. You are not invisible to me. You never were. Even when others ignored you, even when they misunderstood you, even when they left you, I was watching, not in judgment, in love, because I knew this moment would come. The moment you'd finally open your spirit and allow me to speak through Michael, through my messenger, through this courier I sent just for you. I have seen the plans formed against you, and I tell you now, they will fall. No more false agreements. No more self-doubt. No more living small when I created you with divine greatness pulsing in your breath. You were never cursed. You were never behind. You were never forgotten. You were just being hidden for such a time as this. And now the veil lifts. The door opens. And the courier glowing with divine light, wrapped in armor made from heaven's breath, steps into your space. You won't see them the way you expect. But you will feel them. You'll feel the temperature shift. You'll feel the heaviness lift from your chest. Say it like a sacred vow because it is. And now, beloved, it's your turn. Your turn to become the message. Someone out there needs what you carry. Speak softer. Love louder. Walk bolder. You are the answered prayer someone else is still waiting for. Michael is smiling. God is proud. The angels are rejoicing. And the war that's been raging around you. It's over. Peace has entered your house. As of this moment, you are under new divine protection. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No lie spoken over you will land. No betrayal will break you again. You have been reborn through a message from heaven. And from this moment forward, may everything in your life align with the miracle you just accepted. Heaven heard you. Michael fought for you. And now it's done. If this message changed something in your heart, subscribe now and stay close because the next message is already forming in heaven. And you'll need to be here when it arrives. Until then, walk like the child of God that you are because the angels, they're finally resting. You heard them and that changed everything. Beloved, if you feel silent right now, it's because heaven just spoke to your spirit directly. That silence you feel, that warmth, that stillness in your chest. That's not just peace. That's alignment. Something that was twisted has been untangled. Something that was wounded has been touched. And even if you don't have the words to describe it, your soul knows exactly what just happened. And now the angels are stepping back. Their job is done. Michael, with his golden sword still glowing, is walking away slowly. Not because he's leaving you, but because you're finally strong enough to walk on your own. You're finally ready. You're finally remembering who you are. You are not a mistake. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are an echo of heaven wrapped in human form. And this message wasn't just a warning. It was a homecoming. If you're still here, still reading, still breathing through it all, then you passed the test. This wasn't just text. It was a divine scroll downloaded through the mouth of Michael, spoken directly to the part of you that still believes in miracles. Even after all the pain, your name has been rewritten in heaven's book. The spiritual fog around your head is gone. The doubt that's been pulling at your shoulders, it's been lifted. You've been realigned, recalibrated, repositioned, and now what's coming next will feel like a dream you don't want to wake from. In the next 24 hours, you'll see a strange sign. Maybe a bird that stares at you too long. A butterfly that lands on your hand. A stranger who says something oddly specific. You'll think, was that part of the message? The answer, yes, it's all part of it. Because when you finally open your spirit, everything becomes part of the miracle. Let go of needing to understand it all. You were never meant to figure it out, only to follow the light. And that light has now returned to your path, not ahead of you, not far away, but right beneath your feet. Every step you take now is guided. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will be wasted again. Remember this, your ancestors are proud of you. Your angels are smiling. Your future is already unfolding. And God, He never took His eyes off you. So tonight, don't go to sleep afraid. Sleep in peace. Sleep in full surrender. Because Michael is standing at your door. Sword drawn, wings wide, and he is guarding your home. No curse will enter. No evil will dwell. No darkness will disturb the one who has finally said yes. Yes to truth. Yes to healing. Yes to divine alignment. Yes to purpose. Yes to the call. This is not the end of the message. This is the beginning of the miracle. You've officially been marked by heaven. Not for suffering but for supernatural victory. So now go breathe deeply. Smile softly. Walk with your shoulders lifted, your spirit open, and your heart blazing like a temple. Because the next thing that comes into your life will feel like a sacred surprise wrapped in golden light. And when it does, when you finally feel it, you'll whisper. This was the moment it all changed. Comment now. I heard the angels. I will not miss what heaven prepared for me. And make sure you subscribe because the next message has already been written in the sky. You just have to show up to receive it from Archangel Michael with love, with fire, with wings wide open. It is done. And you are free. Now breathe. Yes. Just like that. One slow sacred breath. Because for the first time in a long time, your soul isn't drowning. It's floating, lifted, watched, held. There are no more warnings now, no more alarms, no more chaos. That moment passed the second you opened this message. You heard heaven. You responded. And that's all the divine needed. One yes, one pause, one opening in your spirit so light could return. And now, beloved, it has. You're going to notice it in the smallest ways first. Water will taste sweeter. Your body will feel lighter. The heaviness in your chest gone. You'll laugh tomorrow. Not because of a joke, but because something deep inside you suddenly feels safe. That is healing. That is joy returning. That is your soul singing again. And though this message is long, know this. Every word carried angelic weight. Each sentence wasn't just written. It was prayed through. Channeled from a place beyond human thought. A place only the Spirit understands. And that's why you feel what you feel now. Not just heard, but transformed. Something in you has shifted permanently. You will never be the same again. And that is a blessing. Tonight, after this message ends, speak to your soul out loud. Say your name with reverence. Touch your chest and tell yourself, I am not who I was yesterday. I have heard heaven and I am walking in light now. Michael is still nearby, quiet, watching. He doesn't need to speak anymore. He knows you heard him. And that was enough. What happens next is between you and God. But know this, there are already angels preparing the path ahead of you. They are moving things, softening hearts, realigning timings, all because you were brave enough to listen. And maybe no one else will know what just happened here tonight. But you will. Heaven will. And that's all that ever mattered. So sleep with peace now. Walk with clarity. Expect miracles. And when they arrive, when they unfold in front of you, wild and glorious and gentle, whisper to yourself, this was it. This was the moment I said yes to light. If you stayed through the end, you're part of something sacred now. A circle of souls heaven is raising in this generation. You're not here by chance. You are a pillar, a light worker, a miracle in motion. Comment now. Michael, I receive. I am ready. I will rise. Let heaven see it. Let the angels witness your name in light. And remember, love, this is not goodbye. This is just the first message. Your next miracle is already whispering your name. Subscribe now because your name is written on the next scroll, too. And heaven has so much more to say to you. If you've come this far, you're not just listening anymore. You're remembering. Your soul remembers who you were before the hurt, before the fear, before the world taught you to shrink. And now you're rising back into your divine shape. Michael isn't just a protector, he's a witness. And he's seen your past. All of it. Every moment you stayed silent to keep the peace. Every time you cried in secret so no one would feel guilty. Every time you chose love even when you didn't get it in return. He saw it. He counted it. And now he's repaying it. Not with coins, but with miracles. That door you thought was shut forever, it's opening again. That dream you buried because maybe it's not meant for me, it's being watered right now. That version of you that used to believe in magic, they're returning, stronger, wiser, unshakable. Because this time you're not hoping blindly. You're standing in divine certainty. You're not begging the universe. You're aligned with heaven, and that's different. That's sacred. The angels are folding their wings now. They've finished their assignment for today. But they'll return. Not because you'll be in danger, but because from now on you walk with open eyes, and open-eyed souls always attract divine attention. You'll start noticing things. A stranger blessing you. Doors unlocking that you didn't even knock on. Tears flowing for no reason. But they'll feel holy, not sad. This isn't spiritual hype. This is real. You've entered a shift. Heaven has stamped your timeline with a golden mark. Things are now allowed to move because you said yes. But here's something no one else may tell you. You don't have to try harder anymore. You just have to trust deeper. Michael's army is already 10 steps ahead of you. Let God do the heavy lifting now. You've carried enough. You've survived the worst. Now it's time to receive the best. If your hands are empty, good. that means you're finally ready to be filled. If your heart feels soft, perfect. That's the soil miracles grow in. If you feel like crying, let it flow. That's how angels baptize chosen ones. This wasn't a coincidence. This was a sacred contract and it's been fulfilled. So when people ask what changed, smile and say, I listened when heaven whispered, and I've never been the same since. Now, child of God, rest. Your name is known. Your path is blessed. Your angels are close. Your miracle is moving. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Not because I said it, but because you know your name is on the next message, too. Because you know somewhere deep inside, this was only the beginning. Until then, breathe. Trust, shine. Michael has finished speaking. But the miracle is just beginning. And remember, beloved, these messages continue because of people like you. Every act of support helps this mission keep reaching souls who need hope, healing, and light. We run entirely on viewer support. If you'd like to help keep this mission and these messages reaching more hearts, you can support us with a coffee through the link in the description. God bless you.